Hallelujah. Father, we come at this time to say thank you. Thank you for another opportunity to declare this word. God, we understand that you are the light of the world. So God, we ask you to shine bright in this moment right now. I pray now that Oliver would sit down, but that you would stand up. Have your way in me, speak to me and through me. In the name of Jesus, we do give thanks. And we say amen. Do me a favor. Turn one page back to 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Amen. And we want you to look at verse number 18. And then we're going to look at chapter 5, verse 7. Amen. First verse we're going to look at is chapter 4, verse 18. Everybody got it? If you don't have it, it's on the screen. Amen. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18 says this. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Turn one page over to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse number 7. It simply reads, for we walk by faith, not by sight. I'm going to say that again. For we walk by faith and not by sight. Do me a favor, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, if you're not walking by faith, you're not walking at all. Come on, look at the next neighbor, because maybe that neighbor was too mean. Say, neighbor, good morning, good afternoon. If you're not walking by faith, you're not walking at all. Clap your hands if you're ready to receive that word. Amen. Amen. If you're not walking by faith, you're not walking at all. My brothers and my sisters, amen, I dealt with this same scripture 2 weeks ago. Amen. When I came back from South Carolina, amen, and it just wouldn't leave me alone. Because now is the time, even more as a ministry and as a church, that we need to know that we need to be walking by faith and not by sight. How many people know we need to walk by faith and not by sight? My brothers and my sisters, the book of 2 Corinthians is more than any other letter. It reveals Paul's heart. He really opens up and pours out his heart to the Corinthian believers. In the context of the passage before us, Paul is in the middle of imploring the Corinthians to have eternal or spiritual outlook instead of just looking at the world through the physical eyes. And I don't know about you, but if you walk and if you look at the world through our physical eyes, some of us would get very sad and very depressed. How many people could say, if I look really at the world through my natural eyes, I'd be kind of sad? Yes. I don't know about you, but if I use my natural eyes, I get sad every time I think about what we have representing the highest office of the world. I get sad when I watch people who are crooks and how they're still trying to be crooked, but they're just trying to do it a different way. Y'all not going to talk to me here. I get sad when I see people just killing people for no reason at all. I saw somewhere where a boy, amen, had some lighter fluid and he was pouring it around the house. And he saw a curtain that was hanging out the window, and he struck a match and lit the paper and tried to light the curtain on fire to burn a house down with 5 people inside of it. I don't know about you, but it just saddens my heart when I look at how wicked people have become. I don't know about you, but when I look at it through my natural eyes, I feel like everything is going down, down, down. I don't know about you, even when people look at their physical life and people are getting sick, pains and aches are coming from everywhere. I don't know about you, but it seems like when one thing gets fixed, something else gets broke. Y'all not going to talk to me in here. When you look at it through your natural eye, you say, is there any hope? You feel like things are just getting worse. But how many people know when you open up your spiritual peepers, you can see the sun peeping through the clouds? I wish I had a witness in here. How many people, they ever took a glance at things from the physical, but then when you looked at the spiritual, you saw that things were already looking better? Is there anybody here that can say, when I look through my spiritual, it's looking better, it's looking better, it's looking better. And that's why we've got to walk by faith and not by sight. I got news for you. Every one of us in here has struggled with the two, between faith and what we see. And I don't care how perfect pattern you think you are. There's been one time in your life where you struggled with your faith over what you see. Is there anybody in here that can be truthful and transparent and raise your hand like the preacher and say, preacher, sometimes things that look so good to me. Oh, yeah, I ain't got no. Can I get at least two people that can say, Pastor, sometimes when I looked at things, it didn't look so good. But how many people know it's important to walk by faith and not by sight? I got news for you. Faith is like Wi-Fi. Somebody said like Wi-Fi. Faith is like Wi-Fi because it's invisible, but it has the power to connect you to what you need. I wish I had a witness in here. I've got news for you. You can't see it, but it has the power to connect you to what you need. How many people know we need healing? I can't see it, but he has the power to connect me to it. If you need wealth, you can't see it, but he has the power to connect you to it. Faith is like Wi-Fi. And all of us in here, especially the tech-savvy people and the young people, we got to have our Wi-Fi. But how many people know we need faith more than we need Wi-Fi? Or if you shut down Wi-Fi or you they ain't got no kind of connection, some people would go crazy. Y'all not talking good in here. Well, maybe some of you don't, but me, I know if I can't get a connection on my iPad or my phone, I still get all kind of crazy. Amen, because every now and then I need to be able to access some things, but I need the Wi-Fi to access it. Guess what? God is greater than Wi-Fi. Oh, I wish I had a witness in here. As we look at these two scriptures today, we need to walk by faith and not by sight. We need to experience God. And this passage right here is filled with encouragement and instructions and warning, and we need to heed this passage today because we live in a time where only visible difference between many professing Christians and unbelievers is the fact that Christians might not be home on Sunday morning. Isn't it a sad thing that the difference between us and the world is where we at on Sunday morning? That's a sad thing because we ought to believe better than everybody else. Is there anybody in here that can say, I believe God? You watch the people during the election time where they said, if so-and-so becomes the president, I'm moving to Canada. But how many people say, if he becomes the president, I'm going to stay right here because he done delivered me through other presidents and he's certainly going to deliver me through this one. I wish I was talking about 3 or 4 people in here that realize even if this nut get in the White House again for another 4 years, the same God that kept me through these 2.5 right now, he going to keep me for the next 4. We got to walk by faith and not by sight. We need to think on how we need to live each day. We've got to think about how we look at things. Do you live and do you operate by your natural eyes or do you see through your spiritual eyes? We need to ask ourselves the question, am I walking by faith or walking by sight? How many people have ever believed God for something? Amen. Now, you can't believe God for something for those of you who own homes. If you believe God to get your house or your condo or whatever you may have, you can't always look at what you have in the bank, but you got to say, my God will supply all of my needs according to his riches. Am I talking to anybody in here? Has anybody in here ever been sick, but you might not have had the health care or the insurance that you might need, but God is still finding a way way to heal your body? Am I talking to anybody in here that can say, by his stripes, I am healed? Am I talking to anybody in here that learned how to walk by faith and not by sight? That mouths that were made to eat food would never bend down to eat grass? Is there anybody in here that has ever been broke, busted, and disgusted, but God still put food on your table? I wonder, am I talking to anybody? That can live by faith and not by sight. I'm talking about setting the food and you ain't buying no groceries. You can set the table and you ain't buying no groceries. It might not be the steak or the filet mignon that you want, but if it's sardine and rice, Lord, I thank you for the belly full. Because you have faith. Here's the thing. We don't need a whole lot, but we needed the size of a mustard seed. Young folk don't understand what a mustard seed is. And anybody know what a mustard seed is? How many people know that if you put a mustard seed in your hand right now, it might get lost in one of the lines? Y'all not going to talk to me here. And why would he say all we need is faith the size of a mustard seed? You want to know why? Because most folk don't have that much. But I got news for you. You don't need a lot, but just use what you got. Is there anybody in here that can say, I'm just going to use what I have? And if all I have is my trust in God, he's going to make everything all right. Church, if you're not walking by faith, you're not walking at all. If you're not walking by faith, you're not walking at all. We all got to ask ourselves the question now. Sometimes we can believe God for everybody else, or we can tell everybody else, oh, you need to believe God. But how many people know the wind will one day blow in your direction? Oh, I wish I had a witness in here. It's good to tell everybody, child, you should just pray. Everything gonna be all right. But what about when it comes knocking on your door? Can I talk to everybody here? When it starts knocking on your door, and now you got to get to praying. When everybody else is not around, when there's no minister, no deacon, no choir, no mothers, but you have to trust God for yourself. Tell somebody I gotta walk by faith. Gotta walk by faith and not by sight. Let me show you a few things. There's a struggle going on between faith and your sights. Look at somebody say there's a struggle. There's a struggle. Let me show you. Struggle number one. Faith looks to God as the source, but sight trusts in possessions, power, and people.
Talk about
it.
All right, go ahead.
Faith looks to God as the source of everything, but sight looks to possessions, power, and people. What do you mean? Yeah. Some people think at what they have and their bank accounts. Yeah. Some people think about who they know and what they know. Yeah. Some people look at their power, they look at their possessions, they look at the people that they know. You know, I know somebody who knows somebody, and I'm connected to somebody. Those who walk by sight are basing their life off of what they have, what power and title they have, and what people they have in their corner. But when you walk by faith, you say, I got Jesus. I had a witness in here that say, I got Jesus, and that's enough. How many people know that God is the source and the strength of my life? I wish I had a witness in here. How many people say, I'm walking by faith? Don't look to your possessions, your power, and your people. Because if you like to preach it, you ain't got much, and you don't know too many people. But how many people know if you know Jesus, that's all you need to know? Some people think it's caught up in you got to know the Republicans, and you got to know Trump, you got to know all these people. I know one person, and he know everybody. I'm going to say that again so y'all can catch it. I know one person, and he know everybody. Because he made everybody. And there's a witness in here that said, if God going to bless me through somebody else, if somebody else going to bless me, it's only going to be because God touched their heart. Because God is the source. Look at somebody say, he's all that. He's all that. The second thing I want to show you is faith focuses on the who, and sight focuses on how. Whatever we want to do, something we say, how we going to get it done? Right now, Blessed Trinity, we know we got to move. And some people might be asking, how we going to do it? Yes, it's good to be concerned about how we going to do it. We got to fundraise, we got to save, we got to cut, we got to do this. That's all the how. But I ain't too much worried about the how. I worry about the who.
Right now.
Because anybody know that God can do things even when we don't know how he gets it done.
Amen.
I wish I had one witness in here that realized I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Anybody that he's healed in here, you don't know how he did it, but you know he did it. How many people were lost and you don't know how you got to where you are now, but you know he did it. Because it's not the how, but it's the who. And as long as I trust in the Almighty God, how many people know God can make everything all right? I'm not worried about how, but I know who can do what I need to get done. I don't know all the politicians. I don't know all the local people to help. I ain't got no connection nowhere. Only connection I got is Jesus.
Amen.
That's right.
And guess what? When I tap into that source, he will tap all the other sources.
All right.
Because guess what? He is the source while other people are resources.
All right. All right.
He is the source while others are the resource.
Okay.
Meaning they can't move without the source.
That's right. That's right. Talk about it.
Don't look at the how, but look at the who. How do you know? In John chapter 9, we read about a man who had been born blind. Jesus healed this man of his blindness, but those around the man couldn't just understand what happened. They interrogated the man. They asked him, watch this, were you a criminal? It must have been something you did wrong or your family did wrong since you blind. How many people know there's people like that in the church today? They want to know how you got to where you at. You must be cursed. It must be a generational curse. You trying to figure out who in my family, even when it's good stuff with preachers, who in your family is a preacher? Ain't nobody in my family have to be a preacher.
That's right.
Even though there is. But I preach not because of who, but I preach because of how God touched me.
Amen.
Y'all not talking to me here. How many people know we got to stop studying the who and we got to look at the how? Third thing I want to show you, watch this. Faith measures the size of God, but sight measures the size of your problem. You don't believe me? Read 1 Samuel. Round about chapter number 17 with David and Goliath. Surely the people around him started looking at, do you see how big that giant is? And if the truth be told, some of us in this church, we look at our problems as being a giant. Is there anybody here that can be truthful in 131 and say, yes, Pastor, sometimes I see my problems as being a giant. But I got news for you. Here's how you reverse that curse. I don't tell God about how big my problems is. I tell my problems how big God is. Is there anybody in here that stopped talking to God about your problems? When you start talking to your problems about God, I tell my problems, you don't know who my daddy is. I talk to my bill collector all the time. My God will supply all my needs. I'm not talking to me in here. Is there anybody that stopped complaining to Jesus about your problems when you start telling your problems about Jesus? I get guilty too. Pastors, you know, we playing so-and-so right now. And when we move, we ain't going to find a place that we going to spend this kind of money in. Because we look at size. Do y'all know I've seen less people than this get $1 million properties and be able to maintain it because it's not the how, it's the who.
All right now.
There's people who have larger congregations, but they don't have as much as we have because what we have is not just what's in the bank, but it's who we have. All right, I wish I had a witness in here. How many people can lift their hand and say, no matter how much is in my bank account, when I got Jesus, I got everything I need. Oh, we need to walk by faith and not by sight. Oh, God. Woo. Stop measuring the size of your problem and measure how big God is. How many people know God is big? God just don't do small things. He do big things. So why can't we believe him for big things?
Right.
Watch this. Faith seeks God first. Sight takes matters into its own hands. How many of us, if we can be truthful, have realized when we've had problems, sometimes we try to fix it?
Amen. Amen.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Is there anybody in here that can say, Pastor,
Yes, sir.
you don't know the mess I made?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I wish I had some truthful people in here. I said, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. Matter of fact, you got some people in your life that you think you can fix. But I got news for you. You can't even fix yourself, let alone fix somebody else. But anybody know that if anybody's going to fix it, if Jesus can't do it, it just can't be done.
All right now.
We've got to understand that we've got to seek God first. Whenever we make our plans and our plans don't include God, we are planning to fail. Look at somebody and say, you're planning to fail. When you get up and say, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, you can't even blow your nose if God don't give you strength.
All right now.
We got to, the Bible tells us, seek ye first. It didn't say write out your plan and your it says seek ye first. He didn't ask you what your agenda is. He says seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things. All is inclusive, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that means a little trouble might come along with it, but it's inclusive, right? How many people seek God first in everything that they do?
Amen.
Then help somebody in here. If you seek God in your relationship, you wouldn't make the mistakes that we make. Oh God. When you wake up the next morning and you be like, Jesus, what did I just do? That's because you sought God and you didn't see God. You was looking to please your flesh. I wish I had a witness in here. How many people say, I need to seek God? I would have avoided a lot of mistakes if I just would have seek God. If I would have waited like how I was told to wait, if I would have seek God or at least get to know his last name, I would be in a better shape than what I'm in right now. How many people know we got to seek God for everything? Watch this. You even got to seek God for when you put on your clothes.
Amen.
Amen.
I ain't got to see God for that. I put on what I want to put on. That's why your stocking get ragged. That's why the zipper breaks. That's why you have wardrobe malfunctions. That's why you get inappropriate comments. That's why you get inappropriate looks, because you didn't seek God. You wanted to do what you wanted to do.
Right now.
And how many people know when you want to do it your way, God gonna say, go on right ahead.
Right. Got some fire.
And ain't it sad that after you was disobedient, now you still got to come back to him anyway, because he got to fix what you done messed up.
Talk about it.
Look at somebody that says, seek God. If you're going to walk by faith and not by sight, you've got to seek God first. Don't take matters into your own hands. Watch this. The next thing is, faith waits on God.
All right now.
Sight rushes headstrong, relying on self. The Bible tells me in Isaiah 40:31, said, they that wait upon the Lord, he said, shall renew their strength. We don't wait for nothing. Some of us is very impatient people. In relationship, we impatient. My clock is ticking. I'm not getting any younger. I need somebody. And all you got is a warm body. You ain't got nobody. You just got a warm body. Y'all not talking to me in here. Why? Because you didn't want to wait on what God had for you.
Amen.
We didn't want to wait for the car that we want, so we went and bought the first lemon we saw. And now you got to spend more money to fix the car than what you paid for the car, because you didn't wait on God.
All right now.
How many people say, I need to learn how to wait? I need to learn how to wait. That's, ooh, child, I made some. Do you know when you make knee-jerk reaction or decisions, do you know them 2 minutes? And I'm just going to give you 2. 2 to 5 can turn turn into a lifetime of hell.
Talk about it.
Y'all not going to talk to me in here.
Come on, sir.
Something you did in 2 minutes. You done sneezed and forgot about it, but you're going to remember it for the rest of your life.
Come on, sir. Yes.
Every time you open your eyes, dang, I can't believe I did that.
All right now.
That's because we didn't seek God. We didn't wait on God. And everything that we do, we got to learn to wait on God. How many people learn how to wait on God? I wanted to rush things for myself. But now when I wait on God and I look at the result, I said, God, you outdid yourself.
All right now.
How many people say, God, you outdid yourself?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fellas, I thought I wanted everything that was shaped like a Coca-Cola bottle.
All right now.
They had the Coca-Cola bottle shape, but a bird brain.
All right
Y'all not gonna talk to me in here?
Yes.
The shape was good. The light was on. The door was open. But the elevator never left the ground floor. Y'all not gonna talk to me in here?
Right. Talk about it.
You got to wait on God. Now when I look at what I wanted versus what I got, I said, woo, Jesus.
Darn it.
God has a way of showing out.
Don't it?
Huh.
Uh-huh.
I could have been one of the 5 baby daddies. That I got a whole wife and a whole family. Don't talk to me. But I had to wait. I could have had a hellacious church with a bunch of people bossing me around and not praying. Who don't know Jesus.
Talk about it.
But I had to wait.
Wait.
Now I got some people
Who love you?
who love me.
That's right. What we do. We love you.
But guess what? I had to wait.
That's right.
All of us, if we can't snap our finger and get it, we get impatient. Some of us, if we be told in here, we got the attitude, I'll do it. You ask somebody to do something, you can't wait for them to do it. I'll do it myself. What happened? You wind up spilling something on yourself, you wind up messing. When all you had to do was just wait.
Wait.
You ask somebody to get something, I get it myself, then you butt your toe on something.
Talk about it.
God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of cute.
All right. All right.
You got to learn how to wait on God. Watch this. Faith is based on what God has to say. Sight is based on how I feel.
All right now.
Faith is based on what God has to say.
Yes, sir.
Sight is based on how I feel. If we all in this church would be honest with ourselves, we can't base things on how we feel. Because some of us, I used to say we feel one way today and another way tomorrow. No, some of us, if we be truthful, all of us got more than a bipolar in us. Some of us just got multiples. Y'all not going to talk to me in here. 1 minute you're feeling good, the next minute you... Can I get some real honest folk in here that can lift their hand and say, within a matter of minutes, I can change into 4 different people? Y'all not going to talk to me in here because y'all all perfect. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. How many people can lift their hand and say, Pastor, if you only knew. Sometime on Sunday morning, you see me smiling 1 minute and the next minute, I want to hand out a 2-piece. Y'all not talking to me in here. If you go by how you feel, I wouldn't have got out of my bed this morning.
Come on, sir.
I wish y'all talk to me and be real. If we go by how we feel, I wouldn't have left my house this morning.
Talk about it.
Watch this. Yesterday when the weather report came down, or all this week, some folks said, I don't know if we're going to have church tomorrow. I feel we might get stuck. I feel it's going to be cold. Yep, you feel.
It's winter.
You feel.
That's what happened.
You feel. You in the weather, man. All in your feelings. But nobody said, well, what does God have to say about it?
Talk about it.
How many of us can be honest and say, sometimes I'm in my feelings? Ooh, see, y'all not going to be honest with me. I need people that going to lift their hand and tell the truth and say, Pastor, feelings can put you in a bad place. Y'all perfect. Y'all don't ever get in y'all feelings. You ever get in your feelings where the sight of somebody just makes you want to the sight of somebody can just turn your smile into Jesus. You know I drunk a whole bottle of vinegar before I came to church. When I see certain people, I just go, See, y'all trying to be perfect? I guarantee y'all, tomorrow morning, y'all all smiling right now. Tomorrow, when y'all get to work, there's one somebody on your job. When you say, I need Jesus to walk with me.
Yes, sir.
Because that's how you feel. But when you go by what God has to say, God will tell you that person that's working on your nerve the most, that's who you need to reach out to. Y'all not talking to me in here. God will say that person that keep nagging you the most, that's the person you need to pray for. Stop praying for them other people because they already got what they need. You need to pick up, pray for that one that bothers you the most. I ain't praying for them. I ain't there yet, Pastor. What you waiting on to get there? Stop being in your feelings and see what God has to say. Paul asked God, he said, I need you to remove these thorns. These people that are in your life that get on your last nerve and your reserve nerve, that's the thorn. And God is saying, I'm not going to take it away from you. I'm going to leave it right there till you learn how to deal with it. Get out of your feelings.
All right now.
Things would be a lot better if we all get out of our feelings. There's but one of us, but we got many feelings, but there's one God. Faith is based on what God has to say, not based on how I feel. Y'all remember Abraham and Sarah when they heard that God was going to give them a son?
Yes, sir.
In her feelings, she laughed. She said, God, he must be crazy.
All right now.
God's head ain't wrapped too tight. You know how old I is?
Okay.
Some of us will say, this time of day again? Me? Have a baby? Ah! God, you crazy. Because that's what her feeling was.
Okay.
But if my God said it,
He gonna do it.
faith looks beyond our circumstances to the possibility.
Amen.
Sight looks at how bad things are at the moment.
All right now.
Ooh, trustees, let me talk to you. That number might be low as what you've ever seen before. But don't look at the current circumstance.
All right now.
You got to look beyond to the possibility.
All right now.
I know people say, Pastor, you need to be real. Yes, I need to be real. And me being real, I know God is real.
All right now.
And that what I don't see is, I can't give him my hand because it's bad because my partner got a good hand. I can't see what is in his hand, but I know he got my back. Right? You can't stop looking at what's going on right now. Look at the possibilities that could happen. Is it possible that God could blow our mind?
Oh yeah.
Is it possible?
Amen.
Is it possible that God could do beyond what we would ever imagine him to do?
Okay.
How many people know all things are possible? Don't look at the moment right now, but say all things are possible. Last thing is, faith doesn't work on paper. Sight demands facts and figures. How are we going to do this? I need to see it in writing. How are we going to go to college? I don't see that in my bank account. The Bursar office telling me that bill is paid now, and I don't see that money in my account. Some of us we want to see it in writing. We want to see it in paper. I'm thinking if God said it, that settles it.
Settles it.
That's right.
I want to see the evidence. How you know? You sure they said they was going to give you that money? I believe it when I see it in my hand. I don't need facts and figures for everything. It's good to study your numbers, but I study God more than I study
All right
your
now,
numbers.
talk about it.
Can I ask y'all something? When y'all gonna stand on the lotto line to play your numbers?
Yeah.
I saw it in a dream. I dreamt about Shawnee's last night. And the Lord told me to play 421. Y'all got more faith in the lotto than you do in God. 421. I done gave y'all two numbers. 920 and 421. And when you hit it, you better bring your offering to church. I'm gonna tell you right now.
No problem. No problem.
Somebody said they paid already.
No problem.
The truth shall set you free.
But we got so much faith. Watch this. We be so patient. I was in the store this morning. The lotto line was longer than the food line. I promise you. And the man that was standing in front of me, my man played $80 in numbers. I said, man, I got a church. You need to bring that offering to.
I know that's right.
$80 in numbers. He said, one of these numbers gonna work out for me. I said, I got a church you can bring that offering to. He said, well, if I hit, I'll bring you something.
All right now.
But we trust the dollar and the dream more than we trust bring your tithes to the storehouse.
All right.
We trust that more than, it's a win-win situation. If I put this amount on it, I'm guaranteed chances are. The chances is you lose more than you ever win. Now, sometimes it work out different for people. Because I ain't sit here and tell you no lie, like I've never been in a casino. I went in a casino. And it must have been the prayer of God. I had one roll of quarters. I said, I'm going to play it, and when that last quarter come out, I ain't playing no more.
Amen.
That was a lie. Went back and got that other roll of quarters. After I paid 4 rolls of quarters, that's $40.
That's right.
When that thing went off in the casino, said ding, 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 ding. And I got $800. I said, I'm going to my room.
That's right. That's right.
Technically, all I won was $760. Because I lost 40.
All right.
No.
But I had to play 40 to get 800.
All right.
So I only won $760. I know my math is on point.
I'm glad, Pastor.
Okay? But guess what? Before I can get back to New York, because I was away, y'all. I wasn't local, you know. I was away. And this was BC. This was before Christ. I wasn't always saved then. Amen. Amen. You know, we was fellowshipping at the job, and I didn't want to look like, you know,
Yes, sir.
anti-social and stuff.
All right.
So we was in New Orleans.
All right now. Talk about
Amen.
it. Amen.
I was in my feelings, you right. And I played until I won. But guess what? Now my opportunity is I can come to church and do that same thing here.
All right.
I take my last of what I have and I put it and I give it to God. And before that week is over, somebody bless me.
Amen.
Just Thursday when I was coming back and forth over here. Amen. Wednesday night I left to go to Jersey. Thursday I came back here to be a part of the community feed. And Thursday night I had to come back. I said, "Ooh, Lord, you talking about gas and toll and mileage on my vehicles." I said, "Lord." And you know, the people that I'm picking up and dropping off, ain't nobody saying, "Yeah, bro, this is gas money or nothing." Just ride. Within 2 days, I promise you, I put $60 in my car in gas. In 2 days, somebody said, "That's it. Mama lived deep."
In 2 days.
In 2 days, $60. That's not the whole week. 2 days. But guess what? I came out of obedience of faith. And guess what? Thursday, before I got back across the bridge, somebody put $100 in my hand.
Amen.
Talk about it.
Here I was complaining about how I'm going to get back and forth across the bridge. And God says, shut your mouth.
All right now.
I was walking by what I saw, and what I saw was the account looking slim.
All right now.
And I got to stretch and make this gas stretch to the next. See, y'all perfect people. Y'all ain't never had that problem. When you look at your bank account on your phone, you be like, I got to make this last to the next page. Okay, see, all of y'all rich people just hold your hand up so I can get a check from y'all after church. But how many people ever had to look at their bank account and be like, I got to make this stretch to the next page? But we got to stop walking by our sight. We got to start walking by faith. When I started walking back by faith, that same number that I looked at Thursday, when I looked again this morning, I said, wait a minute, that don't look like the same. I said, God is all right with me. Because sometimes your vision can be a little cloudy.
All right now.
That's why you got to rely on faith. When I looked at it on Thursday, I didn't see what was pending to be clear. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
All right.
But I was only relying on what I saw. I wasn't relying on God.
All right now.
Brothers and sisters, if we're going to go anywhere, if we're going to do anything, I'm done. We got to start walking by faith and not by sight.
Yes, sir.
We got to walk by faith. We got to believe God all the way. It's all or nothing, church.
That's right.
We can't do this half-hitched. We got to believe God all the way. And most of all, believe He going to do what He said He would do. Not what we want, but what He said He would do. How many people say they're going to walk by faith and not by sight? Come on, stand to your feet all over the building.